Hello everyone. So, like we all are discussing periodic classification of elements chapter of class 10 these days, and in this chapter we have already discussed few topics. Like the very first topic that we have discussed is the need for the classification of elements, that why do we need to classify the elements. After that we moved on to attempts at the classification of elements, and in this topic we are already done with three classifications. First one, we are done with Lavoisier's classification. Then we moved on to Daubonier's triad and Dobriner's triad, and after that we have done Newland's law of octaves. And in all the classifications we have also discussed the achievements as well as the limitations. Now today we are going to start with the next classification and the most important classification, that is the Mendeleev's periodic table. So the picture that is right on the screen right now, it is of a very famous Russian chemist, and the name is Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev, and he was the most important contributor for the development of the periodic table. The periodic table that is used at present, the modern periodic table that we all use, okay, that idea somewhere is from his table only. So he is known to make the order out of the chaos. Before his classification there was no order in the arrangement of elements, but he was the first one who gave a perfect order, and he made like the ordered arrangement of elements from that chaotic arrangement. Okay, so now let us discuss his table or his work in detail. So this is the table that is given by Mendeleev, and in this table let us first focus that what all things can we see from the table only. Okay, so in the table we all can see there are certain horizontal rows, and the number of horizontal rows, they are 6. So these are called as the periods. Okay, so how many periods do we have in the Mendeleev's periodic table? We have 6 periods, and they are named according to the number system 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Then after that we all can see that there are certain vertical columns also, and these vertical columns we call them as the groups, right? So these vertical columns, they are called as groups, and the groups are numbered according to the Roman numerals. Okay, and so there are how many total groups? There are 8 groups. Now if we further focus from group 1 to group 7, we all can see that these groups are further subdivided into subgroups A and B. Okay, so from 1 to 7 they are further subdivided into subgroups A and B. So we all can see like 1A 1B, then 2A 2B, like this. Each group is having two subgroups A and B, right? So from 1 to 7 we have something arrangement like this. Now if we move on to the group 8th, we all can see that in group 8th there are no elements in the period 1, then 2 and 3. So it means that the group 8th 1 2 and 3 periods, they are blank or they are empty. So this is what we are understanding. And fourth period, fifth period and sixth period, they have a set of 3 elements in each of the 3 periods 4 5 and 6. So we can say that they have triads. Okay, so this is something about the periodic table that is given by Mendeleev. Now let us all start that how he came to this idea. Okay, before we start that how he formulated this table, We all should know that when he gave the table, 63 elements were known at that time. Okay, so how many elements were known at that time? 63 elements were known at that time, and to give a specific position to these elements, he studied or he examined a relationship between the atomic masses of these elements and the properties of these elements. Okay, to give a perfect position to all the elements that were known at that time, he examined a relationship between the atomic mass and the properties of these elements. Okay, and in the properties, he focused on the physical properties as well as the chemical properties. Now, you may wonder that what are the physical properties and what are the chemical properties. So, I'll just give you one simple example. We all should know that physical properties are those properties which do not bring any change, or there is no change in the composition of the element. Suppose I give you gold and I ask you that what is the color of gold. So you will just observe gold and you will give me the answer that it is somewhat yellowish in color. So you have given me the property, that is the color, and there was no change in gold. In the same manner, suppose I give you a piece of any other element, like suppose I'll give you zinc, and I ask you that what is the mass of zinc. So you will put that zinc piece on a balance and you will get its mass done. So that mass is also a physical property. So any that property which when measured or observed there is no change in the composition of the element, मतलब element में कोई भी change नहीं आएगा, वो element as it is रहेगा. लेकिन suppose I give you zinc and I ask you to put it into sulfuric acid. So what do we feel that what is going to happen? Will zinc remain the same or will zinc change? सो वी ऑल नो दैट अगर हमने जिंक को सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड में डिप किया है तो उस केस में जिंक चेंज हो जाएगा. तो वो जो प्रॉपर्टी है वो है केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी. तो केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी, एनी दैट प्रॉपर्टी विच व्हेन स्टडीड और ऑब्जर्व्ड ब्रिंग्स अ चेंज इन द कॉम्पोजिशन ऑफ दैट एलिमेंट, मतलब वो एलिमेंट बदल जाएगा. तो अब हमें यहाँ तक क्लियर हो गया है कि व्हेन मेंडलीव गेव हिज पीरियोडिक टेबल 63 एलिमेंट्स वर डिस्कवर्ड एट दैट टाइम और दे वर नोन एट दैट टाइम. He studied a relationship between the atomic mass and the properties of the element. And in the properties, he focused on both the physical and chemical properties. Now, in case of the chemical properties, all the 63 elements, they were made to react with two gases, that is hydrogen and oxygen. दिस इज़ वॉट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट जब मैंडलीव वो केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज़ को स्टडी कर रहा था तो उसने हर एक एलिमेंट, जो उस टाइम पर 63 एलिमेंट्स नोन थे, all the 63 elements were made to react with hydrogen and oxygen gases. Now a question may come that why only these two gases? So the answer is that these two gases are very reactive gases and they form compounds with almost all the elements. ओके, सो दिस इज़ द आंसर कि इतनी सारी गैसेज में से सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन को ही क्यों सिलेक्ट किया? बिकॉज दीज टू गैसेज आर हाईली रिएक्टिव एंड दे फॉर्म कंपाउंड्स विद मोस्ट ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स. विद हाइड्रोजन हाइड्राइड्स वर फॉर्म्ड, okay, and with oxygen oxides were formed. So we all should know. Now oxides and hydrides were formed with all the elements. After this he made 63 cards. Okay, he made 63 cards. On each card, right, so on each card the properties of the elements were written. Okay, so he made how many cards? He made 63 cards, and on each card he wrote the properties of the elements and he started sorting out the cards. Sorting means he started selecting those cards where the properties were found to be similar. Okay, and these cards were then arranged in order of increasing atomic masses. That is what we need to understand, that the 63 elements were made to react with hydrogen and oxygen. So hydrides and oxides were formed. After that, he took 63 cards, and on each card, he wrote the properties of the individual elements. Then he started sorting the elements. Sorting means selecting those cards where the properties were found to be similar. And these cards were then arranged in order of increasing atomic masses. He observed that most of the cards, they got a place in the periodic table and were arranged in the order of their increasing atomic masses. And he observed that when he arranged those cards, right, so after a regular interval or a fixed interval, the properties, they were repeating themselves, and this made him to give a very important law that is called as the Mendeleev's periodic law, which states that the physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic function of their atomic masses. Now, what do we mean by this statement? This statement means that जब हमने एलिमेंट्स को उनके एटॉमिक मास के इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर पर लगाया है, तो जो फिजिकल और केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं एलिमेंट्स की, वो अपने आप को रिपीट करती हैं एक फिक्स इंटरवल के बाद. सो दिस इज़ the most important contribution, that now the elements, they got a place and they were not scattered anymore. For the very first time, an order was created in the arrangement of elements, right? So this is about his early contribution. In the next tutorial, we are going to discuss about the features of Mendeleev's periodic table as well as the limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table. So thank you everybody.